Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to mental strength is not a secret that lies hidden in some distant place. It's within each of us, waiting to be discovered, understood, and developed. Mental strength is that steady foundation that withstands every test life brings our way. It's not something we are simply born with. It's built, nurtured, and sustained over time. Today, I want to share insights into the true process of becoming mentally strong. It's not complicated, but it does demand commitment and courage. The secret of mental strength lies in daily, deliberate actions that shape our thoughts, mold our responses, and elevate our resilience. And as we explore these actions, let us be mindful that they call us to look beyond what is easy or comfortable. To begin, we must understand that mental strength is a choice, a decision made each day. Just as we choose what we'll wear, eat, or say, we choose the way we'll think and respond. It's not about ignoring pain or pretending things are perfect. No, mental strength is about choosing our response to every setback, disappointment, and challenge. In this choice lies the power to grow stronger, but making that choice daily demands that we know who we are and what we stand for. If we lack clarity on our values, our direction falters, and we end up swayed by emotions, distractions, and doubts. Mental strength is rooted in this sense of purpose, a clear understanding of our values, a deep connection to what drives us forward, and a commitment to hold to these even when the journey gets tough. One of the greatest obstacles to mental strength is fear. Fear is natural, and in some cases it can even protect us. But fear, when left unchecked, grows into a barrier that prevents us from pursuing what matters most. Overcoming fear is one of the most powerful steps in building mental resilience. It's not about denying fear's existence, but rather about facing it head on. We become mentally strong not by avoiding our fears, but by courageously stepping forward despite them. We must learn to embrace fear as a companion on the journey, understanding that it can teach us about the areas where we need to grow. And when we lean into our fears, we discover that what seemed overwhelming is often a shadow cast by our own doubts. Now, a key to mental strength lies in the art of letting go. Life will always throw challenges our way, some that hurt, others that disappoint. To hold on to past hurts, regrets, or grudges is to weaken ourselves from within. Letting go is not about forgetting or minimizing what we've gone through. It's about freeing ourselves from the grip of negativity. Holding on to past pain is like carrying a heavy stone while trying to climb a mountain. Eventually we'll be too burdened to move forward. Mental strength grows when we release these burdens, forgiving not only others but also ourselves. Forgiveness is a gift we give to our own minds. It clears the space for new possibilities and allows us to focus on what we can create rather than what we have lost. Another essential pillar of mental strength is discipline. Discipline is the quiet, consistent choice to do what is necessary rather than what is easy. It's waking up each day and setting our intentions even when we'd rather give in to comfort. Mental strength is not developed in a single act but through repeated choices. Discipline sharpens our focus, enabling us to channel our energy into meaningful pursuits. And let me say this, discipline is not about rigidity or perfection. It's about steady progress, about doing the small things well. When we are disciplined, we build resilience against distractions, setbacks, and discouragement. Discipline becomes the guardrail that keeps us aligned with our goals and purpose, regardless of what external circumstances may arise. Moreover, mental strength is deeply connected to gratitude. Yes, gratitude, the simple, humble act of recognizing the good in our lives. Often we think of mental strength as a battle, a constant fight against the odds. But strength also lies in our capacity to find joy, even in the smallest moments, and to appreciate the beauty around us. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we have. It turns our attention away from scarcity and fear, allowing us to see abundance and possibility. Gratitude is not a denial of hardship, but a decision to value the blessings amidst them. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we discover a newfound resilience. We no longer feel as though the world owes us, rather we feel compelled to give, to contribute, and to share our best. Mental strength also demands self-awareness. To be truly strong, we must understand our own minds, our own habits of thought. We need to become keenly aware of the beliefs that shape our actions, the patterns that guide our decisions. Self-awareness is a mirror that reflects back to us our own strengths and weaknesses. It helps us recognize when we are slipping into negative patterns or when we are allowing stress to cloud our judgment. By understanding ourselves deeply, we gain the power to change our thinking, to shift our perspective, and to break free from limiting beliefs. Self-awareness is not an endpoint, it's a continuous journey of discovering who we are and refining our responses to the world around us. Furthermore, resilience, the ability to recover from setbacks, is a cornerstone of mental strength. Resilience is not the absence of struggle, but the determination to keep moving forward. When we are resilient, we acknowledge the challenges before us without letting them define us. Each setback becomes an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. Resilience is what allows us to rise after every fall, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and to keep going when others might give up. So building resilience requires that we learn from our experiences, taking lessons from each failure and using them as stepping stones to success. Lastly, mental strength is sustained by a sense of purpose greater than ourselves. When we are driven by something beyond our own gain, something that resonates deeply within our souls, we tap into a wellspring of strength that cannot be shaken. Purpose fuels us, giving meaning to every sacrifice, every effort, and every challenge we face. It connects us to a vision that transcends momentary struggles. Purpose empowers us to persist, to endure, and to rise no matter how steep the path may be. When our lives are grounded in purpose, mental strength becomes a natural extension of who we are. It becomes the strength of conviction, the power of commitment, and the resolve to create impact beyond our own lives. The secret to mental strength lies in daily choices, deliberate thoughts, and the unwavering belief that we are capable of more. It's not a gift bestowed on a select few. It's available to anyone willing to commit, to grow, and to rise above limitations. Mental strength is cultivated through self-awareness, discipline, gratitude, resilience, and a profound sense of purpose. And as we build this strength, we discover that there are no limits to what we can achieve, no barriers that can hold us back, and no challenges that can deter us from living a life of meaning, impact, and true fulfillment. The journey of mental strength begins with understanding that each day presents a choice. Mental resilience doesn't manifest as a one-time event, nor does it exist solely as a trait some people are simply born with. It is a decision made with intentionality and renewed each day. The mind, like any muscle, requires training, nurturing, and discipline. And that discipline begins with our choices. It's easy to look at our daily lives as a series of routines, actions, and events that simply happen to us. However, a deeper look reveals that each moment brings a decision, a chance to choose our response, our thoughts, and our actions. Developing the habit of making these choices consciously rather than letting circumstances dictate them is where mental strength takes root. Mental strength, at its core, stems from a profound alignment with purpose. When we understand why we are doing what we are doing, and when we know the values guiding us, the small choices we make each day gain tremendous power. Purpose is that underlying driver, the motivator that keeps us moving forward, even when challenges arise and life feels uncertain. Without a purpose, the act of choosing becomes arbitrary, and our efforts can feel disconnected. Purpose acts like a compass, setting a direction and helping us navigate the endless array of decisions that fill our lives. The stronger and clearer our purpose, the easier it becomes to make choices that align with it, and the more resilience we naturally build into our thoughts and actions. This alignment between purpose and choice is what allows us to develop not just mental strength, but also the confidence to move forward, regardless of obstacles. One of the most empowering realizations in building mental strength is understanding that choice is always within our control. We may not control the events or outcomes of life, but we control how we respond to them. Mental strength is therefore the product of these daily, often seemingly small decisions. For instance, when we choose to respond with patience rather than frustration, we are exercising mental strength. When we decide to remain hopeful in the face of uncertainty, we are choosing resilience. These decisions may not seem momentous in isolation, but together they form a foundation of unwavering strength that supports us in every area of life. Daily choices extend to the thoughts we entertain. It's been said that our minds are fertile ground, and the seeds we plant, they will inevitably grow. If we plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, they will take root and overshadow our mental resilience. But when we consciously choose to focus on thoughts that are positive, empowering, and growth-oriented, we cultivate a mindset capable of withstanding adversity. Choosing our thoughts with intention is not always easy. It requires awareness, discipline, and persistence. However, it is through this practice of choosing our thoughts that we build the habit of resilience. We learn that our mental landscape is within our power to shape, and that it is through this shaping that true mental strength emerges. Mental strength is further bolstered by understanding that challenges are not setbacks, but rather opportunities to deepen our alignment with our purpose. Every obstacle we encounter presents us with a choice. Do we view it as an insurmountable barrier or as a stepping stone? The purpose we carry provides us with the motivation to see these challenges as part of the journey rather than deterrents. This perspective is transformative. When we view difficulties through the lens of purpose, they lose their power to discourage us. Instead, they become fuel that strengthens our resolve, sharpens our focus, and deepens our understanding of why we began this journey in the first place. Building mental resilience requires that we go beyond momentary decisions and foster a lifestyle that is consistent with our values. Our choices, no matter how small, accumulate over time, forming the foundation of our character and the direction of our lives. When we consistently make choices that align with our purpose, we create a ripple effect that extends beyond ourselves, influencing our environment, relationships, and even the opportunities we attract. Purpose and choice are therefore inseparable from one another. Purpose gives meaning to choice, while choice actualizes purpose. Together, they create a resilient mindset that sees setbacks as temporary, opportunities as abundant, and life as a journey of continuous growth. One of the greatest challenges in making purpose-driven choices is resisting the allure of comfort and ease. Mental strength does not thrive in the realm of comfort, but in the willingness to step beyond it. This requires us to make choices that may be uncomfortable in the short term, but contribute to long-term growth. Another essential aspect of building mental strength is learning to let go of choices that no longer serve us. As we grow and evolve, so too must our choices. Sometimes mental strength requires that we make the difficult decision to change course, to release old habits, or to let go of outdated beliefs. These shifts are not signs of weakness, but of wisdom. They demonstrate our willingness to remain true to our purpose, even if it means moving in a new direction. By being flexible and open to growth, we strengthen our ability to adapt and remain resilient in the face of change. Mental strength also requires us to make choices that nurture our well-being. Self-care, far from being a luxury, is a necessity for sustaining resilience. This doesn't mean indulging in temporary pleasures, but making choices that replenish our physical, emotional, and mental energy. It means choosing rest when we are tired, seeking help when we need it, and taking time to reflect and recharge. These choices may seem small, but they are vital to maintaining the strength needed to continue pursuing our purpose. A resilient mind is not one that ignores its own needs, but one that understands the value of balance and replenishment. Moreover, the practice of gratitude is a choice that enhances mental strength. When we choose to focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our perspective from lack to abundance. Gratitude reminds us of the good in our lives, even during challenging times. It anchors us in a sense of appreciation that fuels our resilience. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we cultivate a mindset of positivity and resilience. This perspective empowers us to face challenges with a sense of hope and possibility, knowing that each difficulty we encounter is only a small part of the bigger picture. It's also important to recognize that the choices we make impact those around us. Mental strength, while deeply personal, has a ripple effect. When we choose to respond to adversity with grace, we inspire others to do the same. When we choose to pursue our purpose with determination, we create an environment that encourages others to pursue theirs. Our choices, therefore, have the power to influence and uplift others. This is perhaps one of the most fulfilling aspects of mental strength, knowing that by staying true to our purpose, we contribute to the well-being and growth of those around us. Lastly, the act of choosing to believe in ourselves is a cornerstone of mental strength. Doubt and self-criticism are common obstacles that weaken our resilience. When we choose to believe in our abilities and trust in our capacity to overcome challenges, we build a mindset that is unshakable. This belief is not arrogance, but confidence rooted in self-awareness and purpose. It allows us to approach life with a sense of assurance, knowing that we are equipped to handle whatever comes our way. Believing in ourselves is a choice that we make each day, a decision to see ourselves as capable, resilient, and worthy of achieving our goals. In the end, mental strength is a journey that unfolds through purposeful choices made with consistency and commitment. It is built on a foundation of values sustained by a sense of purpose and strengthened by the courage to choose resilience in the face of adversity. Each day we are presented with countless opportunities to make choices that align with our purpose and contribute to our growth. By embracing these opportunities, we cultivate a mindset that is not only resilient but also deeply fulfilling, one that allows us to live a life of meaning, impact, and true inner strength. Overcoming fear and letting go is a journey into the deepest parts of the human spirit. Fear, that instinctive response to perceived danger, is a natural part of the human experience. It alerts us to potential risks, signaling to our bodies and minds to be on guard. Yet, while fear serves an essential purpose, it often grows beyond its intended boundaries, intruding into areas of life where it has no place. When fear takes over, it no longer serves as a guide but as a prison, holding us back from experiences, relationships, and growth opportunities that could redefine us. Many times, the greatest barrier to achieving our potential lies not in external challenges, but in our internal fears. These fears, rooted in self-doubt, past disappointments, and imagined outcomes, prevent us from stepping out of our comfort zones and into the life we're capable of living. The process of overcoming fear begins with acknowledgement. We often try to ignore or deny our fears, thinking that pushing them down will make them disappear. But like a shadow, fear lingers in the background, influencing our thoughts and actions even when we're not fully aware of it. True strength lies in recognizing fear's presence and understanding its origins. Perhaps fear stems from past experiences where we were hurt or disappointed, or maybe it's the result of conditioning, a voice that tells us we're not good enough or that failure is inevitable. By looking at fear directly without judgment, we start to strip it of its power. We realize that while fear is part of us, it does not define us, and we have the choice to move beyond it. Letting go is a vital companion to overcoming fear. Often fear lingers because we're holding on to something that no longer serves us, an old belief, a painful memory, or an expectation that limits us. Letting go is not about erasing the past, but about releasing its hold on us. It's the decision to stop carrying burdens that weigh us down. Just as a tree sheds its leaves in autumn, we too must let go of what is no longer necessary for our growth. This process of letting go requires courage, for it involves stepping into the unknown. It involves trusting that by releasing what feels familiar, even if it's painful, we open ourselves to new possibilities. One of the main reasons we hold on to fear is the need for control. Fear often stems from a desire to predict and control outcomes. We fear what we cannot foresee, what lies beyond the boundaries of our comfort. This need for certainty is natural, but life does not operate within the confines of predictability. Growth requires us to move into spaces of uncertainty, where outcomes are unknown and where we may not have all the answers. The willingness to let go of control is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our strength. It is a recognition that while we cannot control every aspect of life, we can control our response to it. By letting go, we are not surrendering our agency, but rather choosing to trust in our ability to navigate whatever comes our way. Another aspect of overcoming fear is shifting our perspective on failure. Much of the fear we experience is rooted in the fear of failure. We worry that if we try and do not succeed, it will reflect poorly on our worth or ability. But failure is not a measure of our identity, it is merely feedback. Each failure carries lessons, insights that we can use to grow stronger and wiser. When we fear failure, we miss out on the opportunities that come with taking risks and embracing new experiences. To overcome fear, we must redefine failure not as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone. It is through our failures that we learn resilience, adaptability, and the ability to try again. Embracing failure as part of the journey frees us from the fear that holds us back and allows us to pursue our goals with an open heart and a courageous spirit. Letting go also requires forgiveness. Often we hold on to fear because we are holding on to resentment or regret. Perhaps someone hurt us and we fear experiencing that pain again. Or maybe we made a mistake and the fear of repeating it keeps us from moving forward. Forgiveness is a powerful act of letting go, for it releases us from the grip of past hurts. By forgiving others and ourselves, we free up emotional energy that can be directed toward growth and positivity. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, rather it is a choice to release the burden of bitterness. When we let go of resentment, we create space for healing, and this healing is essential for building the courage to face our fears. Another important aspect of overcoming fear and letting go is cultivating self-compassion. We are often our harshest critics, and this self-criticism fuels our fears. We fear that we are not good enough, not capable, or not deserving. But self-compassion reminds us that we are human, that it's okay to make mistakes, and that growth is a journey. When we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, we create a safe internal space that encourages us to take risks and face our fears. Self-compassion softens the harsh voice of self-doubt and replaces it with encouragement. This support from within becomes a powerful tool in our journey of overcoming fear. To overcome fear, we must also become comfortable with vulnerability. Fear often arises from a fear of being exposed, of showing our true selves and being rejected or judged. But vulnerability is not a weakness, it is a strength. It is the courage to be seen, to share our thoughts, and to express our emotions, even when there is a risk involved. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we let go of the need to present a perfect image. We accept that we are enough as we are, with all our imperfections. Vulnerability fosters authentic connections and allows us to live fully without the constraints of fear. Embracing vulnerability opens the door to deeper relationships and a more fulfilling life. Overcoming fear also involves developing trust in ourselves and in the journey of life. Many of our fears are rooted in self-doubt, a belief that we are not capable of handling what life presents. But by trusting ourselves, we affirm our ability to navigate challenges and make decisions that align with our values. Trusting ourselves means listening to our intuition, honoring our feelings, and believing that we are equipped to handle the unknown. Trusting in life means recognizing that while we cannot control every event, there is a rhythm and flow to existence that supports growth and learning. This trust is not about ignoring risks, but about understanding that we are resilient enough to face them. Letting go of fear also requires presence. Fear often pulls us into the future, where we imagine worst-case scenarios and anxieties. By grounding ourselves in the present moment, we break free from this cycle of worry. In the present, we find clarity, peace, and the strength to face whatever arises. Practicing mindfulness, focusing on our breath, and being aware of our surroundings can help us stay anchored in the now. In this moment, fear loses its power because we are not projecting into an uncertain future. We are simply here, experiencing life as it unfolds, one moment at a time. Letting go of fear and overcoming it also means embracing the unknown. Life is full of uncertainties, and this unpredictability can be daunting. However, the unknown is where growth occurs. When we step into unfamiliar territory, we discover strengths and abilities we didn't know we had. The willingness to embrace the unknown is a sign of courage, an affirmation that we are willing to grow beyond our current limits. By letting go of the need for absolute security, we open ourselves to experiences that expand our understanding and deepen our sense of purpose. Letting go of fear involves understanding that life is a series of seasons. Just as the natural world goes through cycles, so do we. There will be times of growth, times of rest, times of challenge, and times of joy. By recognizing the cyclical nature of life, we let go of the fear that difficult times are permanent. We understand that every season has its purpose and that we have the strength to endure each one. This perspective allows us to move through life with a sense of flow, trusting that each experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to our growth. Ultimately, overcoming fear and letting go is about embracing our freedom. Fear binds us, limiting our potential and keeping us in a state of hesitation. When we release fear, we reclaim our freedom to explore, to dream, and to live authentically. We are no longer confined by the expectations of others or by the limitations of our past. Discipline and self-awareness are the twin pillars upon which personal growth and fulfillment rest. Together, they create a foundation for living a life aligned with our values, purpose, and potential. Discipline, often seen as the commitment to act in accordance with one's goals and values regardless of obstacles, is the engine that drives progress. It requires structure, focus, and the ability to prioritize long-term benefits over short-term comfort. Discipline is not about punishment, but about empowerment. It is the realization that our choices shape our reality, and that by cultivating consistent habits, we can create lives of significance and impact. Discipline allows us to rise above distractions and challenges, transforming intentions into tangible results. It is a pathway to achieving what we once thought impossible, a tool that keeps us grounded when circumstances become difficult and emotions fluctuate. At the same time, self-awareness is the inner compass that guides our actions. It is the ability to look within, to recognize our thoughts, emotions, and motivations without judgment. Self-awareness allows us to understand our strengths and weaknesses, to observe our reactions to life circumstances, and to identify the values that are most important to us. When we are self-aware, we make decisions that align with our core beliefs and desires, rather than being driven by external pressures or unconscious habits. Self-awareness enables us to see beyond the surface, to understand the why behind our actions, and to make choices that resonate with our true selves. By cultivating self-awareness, we develop a deeper understanding of who we are and what we want, laying the groundwork for meaningful change and growth. Discipline and self-awareness complement each other in powerful ways. Discipline without self-awareness can lead to rigidity as we pursue goals without considering whether they truly serve us or align with our values. We may become so focused on achievement that we lose sight of our well-being or the impact of our actions on others. On the other hand, self-awareness without discipline can lead to stagnation. We may understand ourselves well, but without the commitment to act, our insights remain theoretical and do not translate into real change. When discipline and self-awareness work together, they create a balanced approach to personal growth. We set goals that reflect our true values, and we develop the focus and resilience to pursue them. This synergy allows us to live with integrity, authenticity, and purpose. One of the key elements of discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a world that often promotes instant rewards, developing the discipline to wait for long-term benefits can be challenging but immensely rewarding. When we delay gratification, we choose to endure temporary discomfort or make sacrifices today to achieve something meaningful tomorrow. This practice teaches us patience as strengthens our resolve. It is a reminder that the best things in life often require time, effort, and perseverance. By delaying gratification, we learn to appreciate the journey and the growth that comes from working towards something meaningful. This habit reinforces our sense of purpose and builds confidence in our ability to overcome obstacles. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in supporting our discipline by helping us recognize the patterns that hold us back. When we are aware of our triggers, temptations, and emotional responses, we can take proactive steps to address them. For example, if we know that stress makes us more likely to abandon our goals, we can develop coping strategies to manage stress before it derails our progress. Self-awareness allows us to identify the root causes of our behaviors, empowering us to make choices that align with our goals rather than reacting impulsively. This level of awareness is essential for sustaining discipline as it helps us stay connected to our deeper motivations and reminds us of the why behind our efforts. Discipline requires consistency. It is not about occasional bursts of effort, but about showing up every day, even when it is difficult or inconvenient. Consistency is the foundation upon which progress is built. Each small step taken regularly compounds over time, leading to significant results. Consistency teaches us the value of persistence and builds our confidence in our ability to achieve our goals. By developing a routine that supports our aspirations, we create a structure that makes it easier to stay on track. This routine becomes a source of strength, a reminder that progress is not about perfection, but about dedication. Through consistency, we develop a sense of reliability and trust in ourselves, knowing that we have the resilience to keep going no matter what challenges arise. Self-awareness enhances our ability to set meaningful goals. Rather than pursuing objectives based on societal expectations or external pressures, self-awareness allows us to identify what truly matters to us. When we set goals that align with our values and passions, discipline becomes less of a chore and more of a natural expression of our commitment. We are more motivated to stay disciplined when we know that our efforts are leading us toward a life that resonates with our true selves. Self-awareness helps us recognize when our goals need to be adjusted or when it's time to let go of pursuits that no longer serve us. By aligning our goals with our inner values, we create a sense of purpose that sustains us through challenges and setbacks. Discipline also involves managing our time and energy effectively. It is about prioritizing the activities that contribute to our growth and well-being while letting go of distractions and habits that drain us. Time management is not just about filling our schedules, but about making intentional choices that reflect our values. When we are disciplined with our time, we create space for what truly matters, whether it's pursuing our passions, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in self-care. Energy management is equally important, as it involves recognizing when we need rest and replenishment. Discipline does not mean pushing ourselves to exhaustion. It means honoring our limits and taking care of ourselves so that we can sustain our efforts over the long term. Self-awareness deepens our understanding of our emotions, allowing us to navigate challenges with resilience and clarity. Emotions are powerful forces that can either support or undermine our discipline. When we are aware of our emotional landscape, we can respond to our feelings in constructive ways. Rather than being controlled by emotions like frustration or discouragement, we learn to observe them, understand their origins, and make conscious choices about how to respond. This emotional intelligence strengthens our discipline by helping us stay grounded and focused even in difficult moments. By acknowledging our emotions without letting them dictate our actions, we maintain a sense of stability and inner peace. Discipline also involves setting boundaries. To stay focused on our goals, we must sometimes say no to distractions, commitments, or influences that do not align with our values. Setting boundaries is an act of self-respect. It is a way of honoring our time, energy, and aspirations. When we establish clear boundaries, we create an environment that supports our growth and well-being. Boundaries help us protect our focus and maintain a sense of control over our lives. They allow us to prioritize our goals without feeling overwhelmed or sidetracked by external demands. Discipline in setting and maintaining boundaries is essential for creating a balanced and fulfilling life. Self-awareness fosters a sense of accountability. When we are aware of our actions and their impact, we take responsibility for our choices. Accountability is a cornerstone of discipline, as it reminds us that we are in control of our lives and that our decisions shape our future. Self-awareness helps us recognize when we need to make adjustments, seek support, or take ownership of our mistakes. This level of accountability strengthens our discipline by encouraging us to stay committed to our goals and to take proactive steps toward growth. When we hold ourselves accountable, we develop a sense of integrity and trust in our ability to make positive changes. Discipline is also about resilience, the ability to stay committed to our goals even in the face of setbacks. Challenges are inevitable, but discipline gives us the strength to persevere. When we encounter obstacles, discipline reminds us of our purpose and motivates us to keep going. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about embracing them as opportunities for growth. Each setback is a chance to learn, to adapt, and to become stronger. Discipline teaches us that failure is not the end, but a stepping stone on the path to success. By cultivating resilience, we develop the confidence to face any challenge with courage and determination. Self-awareness enhances our ability to learn from our experiences. When we reflect on our actions, choices, and outcomes, we gain valuable insights that inform our future decisions. Self-awareness allows us to recognize patterns, understand our strengths and weaknesses, and make adjustments as needed. This process of self-reflection is essential for growth, as it helps us learn from both successes and failures. By cultivating a habit of reflection, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and our journey. This awareness strengthens our discipline by helping us make informed choices that align with our goals and values. Discipline also involves self-care and self-compassion. Taking care of ourselves is not a luxury, but a necessity. Discipline is not about pushing ourselves to the brink, but about finding a sustainable rhythm that supports our well-being. Self-care includes physical, mental, and emotional practices that replenish our energy and keep us balanced. When we practice self-compassion, we treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of difficulty. Self-compassion allows us to acknowledge our efforts, forgive our mistakes, and keep moving forward with a positive mindset. By nurturing ourselves, we build the resilience and strength needed to stay disciplined over the long term. Self-awareness empowers us to live authentically. When we are aware of our values, desires, and purpose, we make choices that reflect our true selves. Authenticity is a source of inner strength, as it allows us to live with integrity and confidence. When we are true to ourselves, we are less influenced by external opinions or expectations. This sense of authenticity strengthens our discipline by providing a clear sense of direction. We are no longer swayed by fleeting desires or superficial goals. Instead, we are guided by a deeper sense of purpose. By living authentically, we create a life that resonates with our core values and aspirations. Resilience and gratitude are profound forces that can transform the way we experience life and overcome challenges. They are interconnected qualities that shape our perspectives and reactions to both success and adversity, allowing us to grow and find meaning even in difficult times. Resilience, often described as the ability to bounce back from setbacks, is not just about enduring hardship, but about emerging from it stronger and wiser. It is the capacity to adapt, to learn from challenges, and to continue moving forward regardless of the obstacles that arise. Resilience is a testament to human strength and the potential we all hold to overcome limitations. It empowers us to keep going even when the journey becomes tough, and to believe in ourselves even when circumstances seem insurmountable. Through resilience, we discover that we have the power to face adversity with courage and transform our experiences into stepping stones toward growth and fulfillment. Resilience requires a willingness to let go of the past and to release any attachment to how things should be. When we hold on to expectations or idealized versions of reality, we create resistance to what is, which can hinder our ability to move forward. Resilience teaches us to accept reality, to acknowledge what we cannot change, and to focus on what we can control. By letting go of rigid expectations, we free ourselves to adapt and grow in response to life's circumstances. This flexibility is essential for resilience, as it allows us to navigate change and uncertainty with grace. Resilience reminds us that while we may not be able to control every outcome, we always have the power to choose our response. This choice empowers us to keep going, to find strength in our adaptability, and to trust that we can handle whatever comes our way. Gratitude deepens our resilience by helping us see the value in every experience. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we learn to view challenges as valuable lessons rather than burdens. Gratitude encourages us to look for the silver lining, to find the wisdom hidden within every hardship. By focusing on what we have gained rather than what we have lost, gratitude shifts our perspective from one of lack to one of abundance. It reminds us that even in the midst of difficulty, there is always something to be thankful for, a lesson, a moment of connection, a newfound strength. This perspective strengthens our resilience by helping us find purpose and meaning in our challenges, transforming them into catalysts for growth and self-discovery. Resilience also involves self-compassion, the ability to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially in moments of struggle. When we are resilient, we do not berate ourselves for our mistakes or shortcomings. Instead, we acknowledge them with compassion and a commitment to learn. Self-compassion allows us to forgive ourselves, to let go of guilt and shame, and to move forward with a sense of inner peace. It is a recognition that we are human, that we will make mistakes, and that these mistakes do not define us. Resilience teaches us that failure is not a reflection of our worth, but an opportunity to learn and grow. By cultivating self-compassion, we become more resilient, more willing to take risks, and more confident in our ability to overcome challenges. Gratitude complements self-compassion by fostering a sense of appreciation for ourselves and our journey. When we are grateful, we recognize our strengths, our achievements, and the progress we have made. Gratitude encourages us to celebrate ourselves, to acknowledge our efforts, and to honor our resilience. This self-appreciation strengthens our sense of self-worth, reminding us that we are deserving of love and respect. Gratitude helps us see ourselves through a positive lens, reinforcing our resilience by nurturing our inner confidence and self-belief. By appreciating ourselves and our journey, we become more resilient, more willing to embrace challenges, and more confident in our ability to create meaningful change in our lives. Resilience and gratitude also create a foundation for optimism. When we are resilient, we believe in our ability to overcome challenges and to create a positive future. This belief fuels our optimism, helping us see possibilities rather than limitations. Optimism, in turn, strengthens our resilience by motivating us to keep going even when the path is difficult. Gratitude amplifies this optimism by helping us focus on the positives in our lives, reminding us that there is always something to look forward to. When we are grateful, we see life as a gift, a series of opportunities to grow, learn, and connect. This optimistic outlook enhances our resilience, giving us the strength to face challenges with hope and confidence. Resilience also involves a commitment to personal growth. When we are resilient, we see every experience as an opportunity to learn and improve. This growth mindset is essential for resilience, as it encourages us to approach challenges with curiosity rather than fear. By viewing setbacks as opportunities for learning, we become more open to change and more adaptable in the face of uncertainty. Resilience teaches us that growth is a lifelong journey and that every experience, whether positive or negative, contributes to our development. This commitment to growth strengthens our resilience by helping us see the value in every moment, by reminding us that we are always evolving, and by empowering us to keep moving forward no matter what. Gratitude supports this growth mindset by encouraging us to appreciate the lessons we gain from each experience. When we are grateful, we recognize that every challenge, every setback, and every success has something to teach us. Gratitude reminds us that growth is not about achieving perfection, but about embracing the journey. By focusing on the lessons rather than the outcome, we become more resilient, more willing to take risks, and more open to new possibilities. Gratitude helps us find joy in the process of growth, to appreciate the progress we make each day, and to see every experience as a gift. Resilience and gratitude also create a sense of inner peace. When we are resilient, we are not easily swayed by external circumstances. We remain grounded and centered, even in the face of adversity. This inner peace comes from the knowledge that we have the strength to overcome any challenge, that we are capable of adapting and growing in response to life's changes. Gratitude reinforces this peace by helping us focus on the positives in our lives, reminding us that we are supported, loved, and capable of finding joy in every moment. When we are grateful, we see life as a blessing, a series of opportunities to learn, grow, and connect. This perspective strengthens our resilience, giving us the confidence to face challenges with courage and the peace to appreciate every moment no matter what.